The bag is right there, go get it. Them baggers right there, 250, 100,000, 500, the midget. I was racking my gun in the kitchen. On the low, we fucking your bitches. Wipe his nose, but no, not a tissue. Bullet hole, the switch got a 50. Rich is cold, you think it was Christmas. Nigga, know that it's up. Fucking that bitch in the back of the Maybach, I told her to put the seat up. Fight
Fiend forecast. Happy Friday, forecasters. I'm back for the post-weigh-in face-off show. UFC Vegas 86 going down at the Apex. Main event is Jack Hermansson and Joe Pyfer. And we're going to watch each and every face-off. I'm going to do a quick recap and a final prediction on each and every fight. And then I'm going to do my props of the week at the very end of the video, my lock and dog of the week. I got 2 locks and 1 dog, so stay tuned till the very end. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to give you my lean on each and every fight. And we're also here to have a good time, get entertained, so make sure to crack a cold one, have a shot during the show, because the liquid courage is what we've been missing. So I got the Pink Whitney. I got a shot glass, so we're going to have a couple shots on the show. Let's get her going. And I don't think this card is as low level as I thought. There's some pretty good fights. There's some good betting opportunities. I was being a little bit harsh. So I'm sorry for that on the early prediction show. This isn't too bad. It's not so bad. It's going to be a good Saturday, all right? We're going to make some money. I think last card was probably worse, to be honest with you. So I went 50% of my picks, and I don't think I'm going 50% tonight. Because you guys are probably listening to this on Saturday. It's 9 o'clock right now where I'm recording. Should have the video up by midnight, but it's probably going to be Saturday when everyone's listening to this video. Just before the fights, but you still have a couple hours until the first fight of the night, so let's get it going. This is the very first fight of the night. Hopefully, you're not too late on the prediction video, the post-weigh-in face-off show, because this is where we make the money. Let's go. And first up, we got Daniel Marcos and Aoriqileng. And this is going to be a scrap. I think it's going to be a 15-minute fight. Both these guys have a great endurance and are very durable as well. I don't see either of them getting finished. I'm going to side with the favorite, Daniel Marcos. Still a little bit green inside the UFC. Has a goose egg. But in this fight here against a guy that's not doing so great inside the UFC, Aoriqileng, I think he's going to grind it out by a decision. Pick is not changing, and I'm not wasting your time on that prediction. It's the first fight of the night. He better not screw us, like I said on the early show. Better not screw us, because some people are going to have Daniel Marcos in parlays, no doubt about it. Next fight of the night, Hyder Amil versus Fernie Garcia. Fernie is trained with great guys, man. He has a great corner, but in this fight, stepping in short notice, I don't think he's going to get it done. He looks awful confident at the face-off here, kind of smirking, but a lot of respect between these two guys. Hyder isn't standing and wasting too much time there. He doesn't want any pictures, anything like that. He's ready to fight. He's ready to go. He's right off the stage, and I'm not wasting your time on this fight either. Hyder Amil, coming off the Dana White Contender Series win, should get another one in his debut in this inside the UFC. And next up, we got Zach Pauga and Bogdan Guskov. Guskov is a guy that has money coming in on him. Odds are lower now. And Zach Pauga, people are doubting him. They don't like his style. They don't think he's fully dedicated to the game. But coming off the Ultimate Fighter there, I believe, he was fighting at heavyweight, right? So that was his only opportunity. Now, this guy, Bogdan Guskov, a lot of question marks. Watching tape, he looks good, but the guys he's fighting aren't the highest level. He came into the UFC, lost to Volkan Ozdemir. This could happen again. He could get finished. He could just get clean by a decision, 30-27. I'm going to side with the favorite, who does have a little bit more experience inside the UFC, a little bit more comfortable. Bogdan Guskov doesn't look that confident at the face-off here, in my opinion, so it gives me more confidence in the pick for sure. Zach Pauga should get it done. He also looked a little bit bigger looking at these two face-off, but that doesn't mean anything. And next up, we're not trying to talk about these fights too long. I had an early prediction show, so make sure you tune into that. Like the video, and suplex the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to the channel yet. I appreciate everybody tuning in each and every video, each and every card, trying to make some cash. Let's get it. Jeremiah Wells, Max Griffin. This is the only pick I am changing on the entire card from the early prediction show. So if you watched the early prediction show, you're a diehard fan. You know I was going with Jeremiah Wells with slight confidence. But my pick has changed to Max Griffin, and these two are staring each other down. And Max Griffin goes to look away, and Jeremiah Wells is still staring right at him. So Max Griffin turns around and looks right back at him here. They still want to face off. It's going to be an intense fight. I think it's going 15 minutes. It's going to be a banger fight. I don't see either guy getting finished. They both have good durability, good endurance. But this is going to get a little greasy. I think the underdog might get it done here. Max Griffin, I got to switch the pick. He has the UFC experience in his back pocket, has like 16 fights inside the UFC. Jeremiah Wells is only 4-1 in the UFC. Coming off a loss where in the third round he kind of gassed out, made some questionable decisions, and in this fight, we'll see how it goes for Jeremiah. But I'm going to still be low confidence on the Max Griffin pick. I don't have a ton of confidence in this fight. I think it's going to be a hard-fought decision for either guy. So if you like Jeremiah Wells, just consider the decision. And next up, the camera's on Sean Shelby here, kind of tweaking out with his fingers. Looks like he just had a bunch of rippers. Marcin Prachnio next against Devin Clark. Banger fight. And these two are facing off. It's intense. Prachnio's ready to go. This is one I was like, oh shit. Prachnio on the feet might be the better striker. He might be able to find a knockout shot. Maybe I should switch my pick. So let me know in the comments if you think Prachnio's getting it done. I might bet it. I don't know. I'm not switching my pick though. Like, I don't know what to do on this one. Devin Clark has some UFC experience in his back pocket, but both these guys are win-loss the last couple fights. That trend will end for one of these fighters at the end of the night. I think it's going to end for Marcin Prachnio. I believe the UFC is lining Devin Clark up for a win. That's the only reason why I'm taking him for the win here, because I'm trusting the UFC matchmakers. So, low confidence pick, Devin Clark, by a decision. On to the next. And next up, we got the first women's fight and the only women's fight on the card. Bruna, Brazil, and Loma, Lookboonmee. And Lookboonmee's wearing the Thailand flag as a headband, trying to be marketable because she's on a run right now, doing unreal in the UFC. Only has one loss right now. I'm going to look at my sheets because I don't know the exact number. Like, this girl is on a run. I know a lot of people don't want to parlay a women's fight, but this favorite, I think she is the rightful favorite. I've been calling the women's fights correctly. I think Loma, by a decision, is the rightful play here. I truly do. She's 5-1 inside the UFC, averages 2 takedowns at 50%, and on the feet, 60% striking accuracy, 4 strikes a minute. I think she's going to do enough to win a decision. Honest truth. I'm not here to lie. That's definitely not what I'm here to do. We're here to make some money, make some cash. Loma Lookboonmee by a decision should be the play. And next up, let's have some more liquid courage, because that's what we have been missing on the previous shows. And we're still going to continue to run through these fights and predictions as fast as possible. I did an early prediction show. It was 40 minutes long. And next up, we got Bolaji and Timothy Cuamba. Very short notice, and Cuamba looks very intimidated, in my opinion, in this one. I'm going to rewatch that one. He looks very intimidated. This is the first one where it's like, wow, this guy looks kind of intimidated. Obviously coming in on short notice. Bolaji looks very comfortable. He looks juiced. And I'm very confident he's going to get this one done. I'm not saying he's one of my locks yet. Stay tuned until the end. I'll tell you who my 2 locks are. But this guy here is a very confident pick for me. I can see him getting the knockout. I can see him cleanly winning a decision here. Both these guys making their UFC debut. Now, Timothy Cuamba on the Dana White Contender Series did not get the contract. Remember that. Against Matteo Vogel, he did not get the contract. He got taken down a few times and got controlled. I thought he lost that fight, in my opinion. But the Vegas judges kind of helped him out, gave him the win. And Dana, obviously, seen that, didn't give the kid the contract. He just fought, like, February 2nd, got a second-round KO, but not the highest level of competition. I think Oki's going to be levels ahead of his last opponent. He's going to hit much harder, and he might knock this kid out, unfortunately. Stepping in short notice, I respect it and everything, but think he might get knocked out. And next up, we got Carlos Prates and Trevin Giles. And I just took a shot, so everybody better have taken a shot there. Prates looks ready to go here. Trevin Giles just wants to shake his hand and get out of there. But Prates, man, he's ready to go. Right up in his face. He's ready to make his debut here with tons of experience coming off the Dana White Contender Series. This guy has won his last 7 fights, 6 of them by finish, 4 of them in the first round. I don't expect anything less than a spectacular finish. Inside the distance, Trevin Giles has never went the distance and lost. This guy has been finished in every single frigging loss. 3 submission losses, 2 knockout losses, 100% finish rate when he loses, and he is losing this fight. So, Prates inside the distance has to be a lock play this week, no doubt about it. The kid looks ready to go at this face-off. That's what I'm here to tell you. He looks fucking ready to go. And I don't think he's going to drop the bag. And next up, we got Rodolfo, Vieira, and Armen Petrosyan. One underdog that I got my eye on. I'm picking him to win. And I'm fairly confident he gets it done on the feet. I think he can avoid the takedowns. I know his takedown defense isn't as good as I thought, but I think he can keep it on the feet. I think with the low kicks, high kicks, he's going to keep Rodolfo Vieira at bay. You know, keep him at range. Outstrike him to a decision win here. Maybe knock him out, but pretty confident he can get it done on the judges' scorecards. Hopefully the judges like his striking style. I like his striking style. He's formerly a kickboxer. And Rodolfo Vieira on the feet has some work to do. I know he is improving. Doesn't look too bad, but Armen Petrosyan is just levels ahead of him on the feet. But let's not forget, if Rodolfo Vieira gets him to the ground, Rodolfo is levels ahead of him on the ground. So that's what I'm worried about. Rodolfo Vieira could very well win this by submission. That's how he wins his fights. 8 out of 9 wins by submission. He's the black belt hunter. So if you're betting Rodolfo Vieira, bet him by sub, alright? And if you're fading my underdog of the week, that's probably the way to go too, because Armen Petrosyan will be my dog of the week. And the forecast of the week has to be Danielle Brooks. Rodolfo Vieira by submission at plus money. And next up, Sean Shelby still standing here in between the fighters, tripping balls. We got Gregory Rodriguez and Brad Tavares. Tavares is very experienced, but it's going one of two ways. I didn't mention this on the early prediction show, and these two are very intense at the face-offs. Brad Tavares loses by knockout or a decision, okay? He's never been submitted. He's never, ever been submitted. He's been knocked out 4 times, and he's lost 4 decisions. And it's funny because his 4 decision losses come to Dricus, Israel Adesanya, and Yoel Romero. His knockout losses come to Bruno Silva, Edmund Shabazian, and Robert Whittaker. Makes no goddamn sense at all. Like, the higher caliber fighters beat him by a decision, and the lower caliber guys can knock him out. So that's just telling me RoboCop can probably find the knockout shot here. It's like 3x as well. He won his last fight by knockout. He's won multiple fights inside the UFC by knockout. He has heavy hands, and he has a great chin as well. He can withstand a lot of shots. And what does Brad Tavares have to offer? Let's be honest at this point. His fists are pillows, and he probably couldn't knock out a fucking child. And next up, we got Ihor Pretoria, one of the guys that missed weight. 1.5 pounds overweight. He's given up some of his purse here. He's looking a little bit shredded, to be honest with you. His upper body looks more shredded than normal. His hair is still greasy as fuck, though. And Robert Brysick shakes his hand. Ihor is very late to shake his hand. Ihor is just a menace, staring at him like a goof. But Robert is probably lined up here near the end of the card to get the win, get the knockout against a guy that does not have a good chin. Ihor does not have a good chin. He's a brawler. He loves to fight. But like I said on the early prediction show, when he loses, he gets his ass knocked to the ground. He gets knocked out. He's not afraid to get into fights. And coming in here relatively short notice, he's going to look to fight. He's going to look for the knockout and probably get caught. Now, I see some line movement heavily going towards Ihor Pretoria, probably the heaviest on this entire card. Makes no sense. So maybe everybody's throwing their money on this underdog. He's the public underdog. And let's just say the public underdog is never right. So hopefully you forecasters are not on the Ihor Pretoria train, because I think he's getting derailed by a guy that is probably getting heavily looked at by the UFC matchmakers in this fight. Let's just say that. And next up, we got Dan 50K Iggy and Andre Fili, my former lock of the week. And these two are going to face off. It's going to be intense, and it's going to be respectful. Both these guys have a lot of experience inside the UFC. You got to think this one's going to go the distance, but Dan Iggy has never found a bonus in quite some time now, so I don't know why his nickname's 50K. He's more of a decision dominator. Andre Fili looks ready to go. He's confident, as always. He's going to have a reach advantage in this fight, but I believe the decision dominator, Dan Iggy, will get this one done. Now, he doesn't look very confident at the face-off. I don't love that. He's kind of up there and gone right away. Fili's still standing, wants to get some pictures. More into the whole fight night thing. Dan Iggy's just kind of not into it seems, at all. Not sure what that's about. I don't love that. Like, seeing that right now, it's just like, what are you doing, man? Like, get into it. Get more motivated. Like, what the fuck? Hopefully Dan Iggy can get this one done, man. He does not look ready to go at all. He doesn't look ready to go. And Andre Fili is another guy that had some line movement coming in. I'm giving out the line movement tracker for absolutely free this week in Discord, so make sure you join Discord right away. I'm going to keep my eye on the line movement tracker. There's some things that are really catching my eye over the past 2 weeks. The last 2 line movement trackers are free right now in the Discord. So if you guys want to see what I'm seeing, jump in Discord. Absolutely free. I did a ton of work to make the line movement tracker, and I appreciate everybody that takes their time to make the Discord, or if they have Discord, join in the Fight Fiend forecast, because it's totally worth your time. It's totally worth your time. If it's not, let me know in the comments below and tell me that I wasted your fucking time, because there's no way that I did. And next up, we got the main event of the evening. Joe Body Bags Pyfer and Jack the Joker Hermansson. Hermansson is staring him down, trying to get a slight edge, but there's no edge. Joe Pyfer's ready to go. This guy's storyline is incredible. He's not quick to shake Jack Hermansson's hand either, but he does shake his hand respectfully, and I think he's going to respectfully knock him out as well. This guy is the real deal. I said that on the early prediction show. I'm very impressed with Joe Pyfer. Everything that he went through in his life, his story is incredible. Like I said on the early show, like, it's kind of a repeat of the early show if you listen to the early show, so that's why I'm going to get right into the props of the week, the lock of the week, and the dog of the week, because Body Bags Joe Pyfer is a lock of the week for me this week, 1 of 2. Undoubtedly, he's going to get this one done in impressive fashion. I believe he's getting the knockout as well, guys. 8 knockouts, 3 submissions. His last fight was a submission. I think he's going to go back to the knockouts. You know, he knocked out Gerard Meerschaert first round, quick, sharp striking, and Hermansson on the feet. He's been knocked out by Roman Dolidze, Jared Cannonier, Thiago Santos, first and second round in all those fights. It's going to be an early night at the office for Joe Body Bags Pyfer. I feel confident taking the first or second round stab by knockout for Joe Pyfer in this fight as well. I don't think Hermansson's going to have much to offer, and the game plan for Joe Pyfer should be pretty cut and dry. Like, go in there, keep it on the feet, and knock him out. I did see someone say this fight would go the distance. Pyfer could get it done, but let's be honest. Pyfer has something to prove, and he's going to prove it at the Apex, and he's going to continue to prove it throughout the year as well. I expect him to fight 3-4 more times maybe. You never know. And I'm thinking he's going to make a title run as well. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, but this guy is a prospect on the rise. One of the best the UFC has to offer right now, other than, you know, Bo Nickel and some other big guys. But trust me, Body Bags Joe Pyfer, lock of the goddamn week this week, along with my second lock of the week, Bolaji Oki. Both these guys combined will give you plus 110. Now, these are my 2 locks this week. So if you listen to the show, you get both locks. They haven't been in Discord yet. They weren't posted in Discord early, so this is as early as you're going to get my 2 locks for free. For Patreon, for $5 a month, they've had the locks since Sunday, and they also had all the picks since Sunday as well. They get early access to everything. I try to get everything out there early for them first, and then I'm late doing the videos and some free bets and stuff like that. But we're getting back on track. Wednesday, early show. Friday, final show. And it's 9:20. I've only been doing this for like 20 minutes. A little bit long of a show. But you got the 2 locks. You got the final picks. I only switched 1 pick. We're going with Max Griffin instead of Jeremiah Wells. So, you know, I'm not taking too many underdogs, eh? Most confident one is going to be Armen Petrosyan. Likely gets this one done by a decision. He could get a knockout. His striking is what will win him this fight. On the feet, he should be able to outstrike Rodolfo Vieira, be the better striker. I think he can keep it on the feet. If he can, he gets it done. If he can't keep it on the feet, he's not winning this fight. You should side with Danielle Brooks. The forecast of the week, Rodolfo Vieira by submission. I feel like that's how Rodolfo Vieira will win this fight. Because if he gets it down to the ground, Armen Petrosyan is likely going to struggle with his long limbs. He might get caught in the submission. And even though I have confidence in him as dog of the week, doesn't mean it's a 100% guarantee, right? I thought Blake Bilder was definitely going to win. I had way more confidence in Blake Bilder than Armen Petrosyan, and he let me down. So that's why this week I can't give you 100% confidence on this underdog, It's just my most confident one on this card. So I'm going to have bets on it, stuff like that, but not 100% sure he's going to win. Maybe we should side with Danielle Brooks or take Danielle Brooks's forecast of the week, Rodolfo Vieira by submission as a hedge bet. Would probably be smart in a close fight like this. And now it's time for the props of the week, and the props of the week are now just going to be value props. I'm just looking for valuable props that I like. These aren't confirmed bets yet. Probably going to make a bet on each value prop individually, single bet them all. I think they're all very valuable, obviously, since I locked them in as a value prop. Fucking idiot. Just fucking start talking about them, eh? First up, most confident to least confident, we're rocking with Carlos Prates, KO, TKO. It's plus 100. You can double your money there. My next most confident one is going to be Joe Pyfer, KO, TKO, plus 130. That's a pretty high confident one for me as well. I wouldn't say it's the second most confident. That could be tied with the first most confident. He is a lock of the week for me as well. And another lock of the week. These three here are very high confidence picks. You could make a little treble bet. The Knockout Kings, what do you think? Bolaji, Oki, KO, TKO. He's another guy that I think is going to get the knockout in this fight. I don't have the odds on me right now. They're not right in front of me. So hopefully it is plus money. It should be plus money. I'm trying to finish this show off quick here. So let's continue with the next value prop. Gregory Rodriguez, the RoboCop. Another knockout. Plus 210. That's a triple up right there. And I know in the early prediction show I said a lot of fights are going to go the distance. But here I am giving you value props that are finishes. But we'll see how the night goes. Hopefully we see a good mix of finishes and decisions. I don't want to see a bunch of boring-ass decisions on my Saturday night, that's for sure. But I got two for you for some value props. And if these two guys win by a decision, we're getting paid on these single bets, no doubt about it. This one is plus 325. Underdog of the week, Armen Petrosyan gets it done by a decision. As you guys heard throughout the week on my predictions, I am confident Armen will get it done. And I'm thinking he's going to get it done by a decision. But he could get it done by knockout. He has 6 knockout wins as well. His striking is what will win him the fight, like I said. I'm hoping it's what's going to win him the fight, because if he gets taken down, I don't think he's going to win this fight, let's be honest. And next up, my last value prop. This is a last-minute one. It's UFC Vegas 86, and I need 6 value props. So I switched over to Max Griffin, and he's going to win it by a decision, plus 375. That's the last value prop for the show, and it's the most valuable one as well. Hopefully we all get paid. We all make some profit. Make sure you're betting responsibly and only bet what you can afford. You don't want to regret anything in the morning. Like if you make a $150 bet and that's the only $150 you got, you can't fill your tank with gas. You can't go get a bag of chips and a chocolate bar at lunch. Like, don't make the $150 bet, bro. Just fucking save your money. This isn't the card to go out and put a mortgage down or anything like that, alright? This is some degenerate gambling at its finest. There's multiple fights that you could probably call 1-800-GAMBLER, but guess what? We're not going to do that. We're fight fiends, and we will find a way to make money. So let's go get after it. I'm not here to waste your guys' time. I gave you guys some locks, the dogs, the props, and tried to give you a final quick recap on each and every fight. We watched the face-offs, and you've seen my reaction on some of these face-offs. Little wild. Lost some confidence on only a few fighters, but gained some confidence on quite a few. So hopefully we got all the reads correctly, and we get paid. We get the train back on track. Full steam ahead. It's time, forecasters. It's probably Saturday for you guys, so it's only a couple hours away until the fights, but hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend. Have another shot for me. And make sure, if you have not yet, suplex the subscribe button and like the video. I really appreciate the support, and we'll be back next week, right on time. Hoping to have the video out for Sunday or Monday. But if it's late, it's probably because I'm building the house, I'm shoveling, I'm salting, I'm on the grind. However, I'm going to do my absolute best to have an early show out for everybody next week. Looking to have it out Sunday night or first thing Monday. Like I said, hopefully everyone has a fantastic weekend. Makes tons of money. Let me know in the comments below how you guys do. I love to hear from you guys. And if you have not joined Discord yet for absolutely free, go do it right now.